like the Jimmy Johnson of NASCAR.
Yeah, he'd be that, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he's pretty big. So.
And your weather forecast today, sunny skies, sunny tomorrow, chance of rain on Wednesday, high temperatures through the period in the low 90s. It's moderating, fall is in the air, and right now it's 62 degrees, going to stay in the 60s overnight lows all the way through the period. And we are back. Glad you've joined us on Tennessee Valley this morning. Dan Howell with some very special guests this morning. I have with me Doug Coulter to my left and Zach Gaston to my far left, and they are with Scott's Bike Shop or Bicycle Center. What is it?
Well, we actually call it Scott's Bicycle Shop most of the time, but
okay.
The legal name is Scott's Bicycle Center.
Okay. Been around forever over there on Georgetown Road. I've been there many times, and you guys are just, you kind of wrapped up the bicycle business in this region of the country because you're so involved in what's going on around here. I know you're been involved with the Greenway, the Bike Bell giveaway. That was just recently. Well, I think Zach was involved in that, weren't you, Zach?
Yeah, we did that. We gave away 87 bells.
Yeah.
We're going to come back and do it again in the fall. So it's a little nicer weather.
Yeah.
Trying to get a few more people out. It was 97 degrees that day.
Yeah, it was. It was very hot. Yeah, the fall weather, people be out on their bikes riding on the Greenway, and it'll be a little more pleasant, I'm sure. But something big that we wanted to talk about today is the Black Bear Rampage 2011. What is the Black Bear Rampage?
Okay, this is our 5th year doing the race.
Yeah.
And so what we have is we have 2 different distances for people to come participate in. We have a 20-mile bike race, and then we have a 41-mile bike race. And what we try to do is the person that can go out and do 6 or 10 miles, that 20 miles is still attainable. So it gives them a goal to set for the year.
Yeah.
Once they do that 20-miler for the first time, then you can come back out, try for the 41-mile, and it gives you basically a year, since it is an annual race, that you can train to kind of progress.
I see. So it is a bike race, Doug.
It's an off-road mountain bike race.
Mountain bike off-road race. Did I say that right?
Yep.
Okay. And it starts where? Does it start from the shop or?
It actually starts at the Whitewater Center. And one of the things, I guess, Zach and my brother, well, Zach started off by, you know, we've got so much awesome single track up here that a lot of people don't get to see. And so what he did is put a lap together that made it where people could be exposed to seeing some of the beautiful single track that we have above the Ocoee River there. And so that's what it does. It loops you around above the Whitewater Center. Absolutely gorgeous.
That's up in Polk County.
Yes, sir.
Beautiful center and great place to start. How many people do you expect to show up for this? You say it's the 5th annual.
We're going to have, we cap it at 300, and we sold out last year and closed the year before. So
wow.
Yep.
I looked at your website. They have a great website, by the way. While we're talking about it, give the website.
It's scottsbikes.com. Plural, scottsandbikes.com.
It's easy to find. Great website, and I was looking on there, the registrants that you got already. Man, you got a ton of folks that are signed up.
Well, we have people that come as far as Florida, and I believe Michigan too, didn't we? I mean, they're all over, and once they experience it, they're like, next year we're bringing a bunch of our friends because we have got some beautiful trails.
Well, there's just no better place to bike if you're going to go mountain biking than in the Smokies, let's face it. But yeah, I looked just to see, I was curious to see where the people were coming from. You've got Alabama, Georgia, Florida, Virginia, South Carolina, and I quit after that. But they're just coming from everywhere because it must be a tremendous event.
It is.
Tell us how they can get involved.
Okay, you can either come by the bike shop and sign up online there, or basically get on blackbearrampage.com, and you have a simple sign-up form. We also need volunteers, so if you'd like to volunteer your time, you can come. What we have is different aid stations, so as you're out there riding, you actually have a place where you can refuel and get water. So don't focus on the word race, because it is also an endurance day. So you can come out and you can kind of test yourself again. Don't worry so much about the race, just come enjoy that 20 or 40-mile ride.
Now, is this a more than one-day event? Is it all weekend?
Actually, I think there's some activities going on Saturday, but the event itself is just the sign-up is Saturday night. Well, when people get the race packets, and then Sunday we do the event itself. Okay,
and the race is on Sunday, but it's more than just a bike ride. You said it's it's so much beautiful scenery. And I think I saw on the website where they're having some catered meals too.
Oh yeah.
Any barbecue involved in that?
I believe there's barbecue on Saturday afternoon at.
So you can tell I like barbecue.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, they've got that going on Saturday, and we have race food food for the racers after.
Yeah, and I guess opportunities if while they're here they want to take a rafting trip down the Ocoee. Is that possible as well?
Yep, get to enjoy another part of our beautiful countryside here. What
kind of comments do you get from people who come and partake in this for the first time? What's their reaction?
I would say they are mostly surprised by the amount of elevation. The 20-miler will do a little over 3,000 feet of climbing, to where the 41-mile will do a little over 6,000 feet of climbing. So those people coming from Florida, from the flatlands,
they're not used to that.
Yeah, they're a little surprised. And even our locals that haven't ridden up in this area, a lot of people in Chattanooga, now that we have Raccoon Mountain as a 20-mile trail system, the new Volkswagen exit is hosting Enterprise South, which is one of the new riding areas. And so they're a little bit flatter, and so to come out there and in such a short period of time, which to a lot of people 40 miles isn't short, but for a lot of racers it is, and to do 6,000 feet of climbing in 40 miles is pretty tough.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to try that until I got in a little better shape. So did you go out and mark off these courses yourself?
Yeah, back in 2006, in my mind, I'd never done a long ride. So I'm like, well, let's see if we can link these two systems together, which is Brush Creek Trail System at the top of 64 off of Boyd's Gap and the Whitewater Center together in a single day. What ended up happening is the Black Bear Rampage is a 41-mile route that takes most people somewhere between 4 and 6 hours to complete, depending on their level of fitness. And so what we do for the racers is every turn is marked, which is nice. So you're not out there, you're not having to figure it out. Basically, you can follow it blind. You just go race for the day and you follow the route.
I see. And these routes are actually in the mountains. They're not paved roads. You're not riding on the highway like on 64 highway, that type of thing.
Correct. There is a little bit of highway just so we can link it together, but it is 70% single track. So our definition of single track is basically only room for one bike on off-road trail, so it is in the woods. And then there's about 10% of pavement and 20% fire road. A fire road is double wide to where it's easy to pass either way.
What does the winner get? What's the prize?
Plaques is pretty much what
Plaques?
we give. It's more of a
bragging rights.
There you go, bragging rights and just an accomplishment.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people go out and they're like, you know, there's no way I could accomplish 20 miles. And one of the cool things, you know, we try to promote health, and people can work all year long on getting in better and better shape. And then that apple is the 20-mile or 40-mile ride, and to be able to finish that and accomplish that is a huge thing.
Well, that would be a sense of accomplishment for me to be able to do that. I haven't ridden a bike in a while, so you can imagine. I understand you have some shirts and some premiums that for those who register and get involved in the race.
Yeah, every year we do something a little different, and this one right here was a couple of years ago. We had Gary Fisher here himself. He's like the godfather of mountain biking.
Yeah.
And so this is a picture of the black bear with a leprechaun.
Those are good-looking shirts, too.
Gary Fisher.
Tell you. Gary Fisher would be like the Jimmy Johnson of NASCAR, I understand. So.
Yeah, he's been around.
Or Kurt Busch.
And then last year we did one that looked a little bit more, he's looking a little bit more aggressive.
Yeah.
And
is that him again?
This is not Gary. This is just a leprechaun. And,
leprechaun.
For those of you that don't know, my father was Irish, full-blooded Irish. So that's where the leprechaun came from.
I see. Great logo. That's
Thank
good.
you.
Yeah, I like
and then this year we did shorts, the Lycra shorts, which I know some people are not big fans of, but they're really cool. They're really good quality. I don't know if you can see the leprechaun on that, but that matches last year's jersey.
Yeah, and those are great riding outfits. And the way it's special fabric, isn't it? Like a microfabric, and it keeps you cool, or
ventilated.
Yeah, basically what it is, it does two things. It's a compression fabric, so it helps keep the muscle tension, so it doesn't expand out, helps with cramping. And then also it does have a chamois in it, so it gives us a little bit of pad for the ride.
Yeah.
And then also just the material itself, it does breathe.
Yeah, so that's great. And so these are available for those who register and want to ride in this event. Can they register online?
Yes, yeah. If they go to either scottsbikes.com or blackbearrampage.com, they can register there for the race, for the event.
And is there a registration fee?
There is. I believe this year's fee is $100, but it comes with the shorts that comes with more swag than $100 worth.
Oh yeah, you get your money's worth, in other words, and plus you get the satisfaction of completing a 20 or 40 mile mountain bike trail. Wow, what an accomplishment that would be. That would be great. Do you get spectators that come out to watch this?
Get a lot of spectators and a lot of people that volunteer just so they can watch, just so they can be at those corners and see those racers come by and see the people having fun out there riding their mountain bikes.
Now, is it like a shotgun start? Everybody starts at once, or are you racing against time?
It's different categories. So you'll have, you know, the faster riders go at a different time than your average rider, and they take off, and it is timed. We have timing chips that are on the number plates that you get.
I see.
And so that way, when you leave and when you come back through the finish line, your time is
automatically logged. Everything is high tech these days. Can you imagine that? A bike race that's so high tech. Wow, with a chip, a computer chip. It's amazing.
Yeah. Oh, it's amazingly small.
So basically, you're competing against yourself and the clock.
Yep. You get to start, again, you do start in your age group and with your category. So like the beginner men, there may be as many as 50 people in that category. So you'll start together with your 50 opponents, so it gives you a little bit of stress. So you're sitting there in the start gate, you're kind of size each other up. Who's my main competition? Where's the person I can sit with that's going to help give me the fastest time?
Right.
And so you start with them. So first off, you're in this group race, which is fun. And then, you are timed. So you can set this personal PR to come back and better yourself.
Right. So. Wow, it's going to be a lot of fun, and it's coming up this weekend. You can register online. Give us that website again.
Scottsbikes.com.
Scottsbikes.com, and that is plural, right?
Yes,
Scottsbikes.com.
It's September the 11th.
September
so
11th.
It's actually 2 weekends from us.
I said 9th, didn't I? It's September the 11th. Coming up, and is that 2 weekends? 2 weeks?
Yeah, 2 weekends.
Two weekends away.
Yeah, and those that want to watch, you're welcome to come hang out at the Whitewater Center. It's a great facility.
Oh, it is.
And I believe start-off time is 8, isn't it?
Start-off time is 8 o'clock. We also have a unicycle group that's going off at 7 a.m. It's our first time this year.
A unicycle?
And it's the 41 mile only. They will be starting at 7 a.m.
On a unicycle?
Yes.
Oh, my. That would be something to see. Friday, September 11th, go ahead and get registered online, or you can register for Friday night, I believe you said?
Well, you pick up packages Saturday night, but we need to register. It'll be sold out, I'm sure, probably in the next week.
Okay. So go ahead and get your registration in now. Otherwise, you may miss the race and you end up being a spectator. But that'd be fun, too. And the race is on September 11th. It's going to be at the Whitewater Center, and they will leave from the Whitewater Center and come back to the Whitewater Center. That's going to be great. Guys, thanks so much for coming by and telling us all about this. This is going to be tremendous. And if I'm free that weekend, I may try to run up there and just observe a little bit. I won't be riding, by the way. I know you're disappointed.
We could set you up with a bicycle.
I know you could. But
we did.
No, I know my limitations. Thanks a lot, guys.
Hey, thank you.
Doug Coulter and Zach Gaston from Scott's Bike Shop, and it's going to be a fun race. Back in just a moment, we're going to talk about the Foothills Country Fair. Louis Alford is here. I think Nancy's here too. Did I see? Yeah, she's here too. So we're going to talk to them in just a moment. Don't go away.
Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland, is your #1 Dodge, Chrysler, and Jeep dealer in this area. Stop by and see the brand new 2011 Chrysler 200. The 200 is essentially a new nameplate with a significant facelift to the outgoing 2010 Chrysler Sebring. A beautiful vehicle at an unbeatable price. And while you're there, check out the all-new Jeep Grand Cherokee and the newly designed Dodge Durango. Redesigned, revamped, and reinvigorated. Yes, the Dodge Durango is back, bigger and better than ever. Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep offers a complete parts and service department with qualified service technicians to fix and repair your vehicle. So for your next brand new or pre-owned vehicle, make it Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland.
How would you like to look and feel better? If so, then visit the Ford Center for Anti-Aging, located at 2020 Key Street Northwest. Dr. Ford has been serving Cleveland and the surrounding area since 1984. He is a licensed physician with the Board of Anti-Aging Medicine, offering affordable Botox injections. Botox is a medication that is used to treat dynamic wrinkles such as crow's feet, forehead lines, and frown lines. In addition to Botox therapy, rejuvenate and smooth wrinkled skin. The micro laser peel treats skin conditions associated with aging and active lifestyles. If you're looking for safe and affordable anti-aging treatment, call the Ford Center for Anti-Aging at 423-614-0535, located at 2020 Key Street Northwest.
Now's your chance to showcase your small business products or services. The Be Your Own Boss Expo is coming to Bradley Square Mall in Cleveland, Tennessee on Saturday, September the 17th. This expo will provide you with networking opportunities and services to help you grow your small business. Vendors will be able to connect with hundreds of potential clients without the high expense of advertising. If you own a small business in or around Cleveland, Tennessee, you do not want to miss this event. For more information, visit byobexpo.net or call 865-368-1095.
I'm Dr. James Markham, host of the television program Heart of Health, seen right here on WTNB television, Thursday at 7 o'clock, Friday at 8 a.m., or Sunday at 3:30 p.m.
I'm Wes Robbins with Landmark Insurance Brokerage. When it comes to employee benefits, we've got you covered. Call me today for the best service and best solutions to your group health and employee benefits needs. At Landmark Insurance Brokerage, we've got you covered.
Well, I want to thank Doug and Zach for telling us about the big bike race coming up. And don't forget September 11th. Right now, we're going to talk about something else coming up, a big event. Louie and Nancy Alford are here to tell us all about that, and that is the Foothills Country Fair. We were talking during the break, the 8th year already. Where does the time go?
Like everything else, Dan, it just flies right on by.
My goodness, I couldn't believe this is the 8th annual Foothills Country Fair, and it's coming up soon. What are the dates for it, Louis?
It's September the 15th through the 18th.
So it's, wow, a couple of weeks away.
It's just a little over a couple of weeks away, and we're excited. We've really got a big event this year.
Now, you guys serve as the president. I think you're the president, and of course your wife Nancy is very involved in it as well. He's got the title, you do the work. Is that the way it works?
That's the way it works. I have the title.
I have to admit, Dad, that's the way it works.
Well, the reason I said that, she's got a whole pad full of information there. I just assumed, Louis. Well,
I told her earlier I've got it in my mind.
you don't need the Cliff Notes. Okay. Well, it's new. The fair's not new, but you've got a lot of new events. It continues to expand every year. You know, the first year it was kind of small and struggled, but it's gotten bigger and bigger and bigger. And this year it's just bigger and better. So tell us about some of the new events, Nancy.
Okay, well, I want to talk about the youth participation and how they can participate, because this is, of course, for them too.
Sure.
And one of the things we have, of course, every year are the pageants. And we have pageants for little boys from the age of 0 months up through the age of 4.
Oh, yeah.
And for girls from 0 up to the age of 20.
Yeah.
And the applications for those can be found on our website or at Dressy Affair, the Baby Place, or Ever After. And applications this year are due September the 10th. And which is the Saturday prior to our starting of the fair.
Of course, the fairest of the fair, I guess that's the one we all know about. That's the big pageant.
Yes, that's the big pageant. And the pageants will start on Thursday night, which is our opening night. And that's the night we will be crowning the little girls from the ages of 5 to 20 and getting our fairest to the fair that night. And then baby pageants will be on Saturday morning, about 10:30 in the morning.
Now, it's a country fair, Louis, so talk about the different categories that makes it a true country fair.
Well, this year we've added, we're really going to have Dab Matthews. I don't know if you know Dab or not, but he's done a great job. He's assembled a whole bunch of different kinds of animals that come in. And we also have the exhibit hall up there, and the extension office always does a great job. We have lots of cultural arts, all your canning. As dry as it's been, I don't know if we'll have much live food this year, you might say, but we have lots of canning stuff, and they do cake stuff, and you know, cake decorations, art, quilting, exhibits. We have Nancy runs the exhibit hall, and they do a great job with that. And then we've added one of our major new events this year. It may not be so country, but I think it's pretty country. We're adding a barbecue cook-off.
Oh yeah, and, I'll be there.
Larry Hill Ford is sponsoring that for us this year, and this is going to be hopefully really grow into something nice.
Now I understand that you can't be a professional.
No, you can't be a professional. We're looking for the best barbecue cooker in the Bradley County and Bradley County area.
Well, I'll help you look.
For bragging rights, and I've had about 50 people wanting to be judges already. So
I'll volunteer.
But it's going to really be something I think will be a lot of fun. You can do ribs, you can do chicken, or you can do Boston butt or a shoulder, either one, all pork. And so we're really, you can win some money, and you can get really some good bragging rights.
Well, I'm glad to see. I imagine that's going to be a very popular event.
We're looking forward, and hopefully that's something that'll really grow, and we're looking.
Now, you call it the Foothills. This is a typical county fair, the things that you described, typical county fair. But I'm intrigued that you call it the country fair, because it's more than just Bradley County, isn't it? You get attendees and registrants from all around this region.
Right, we try to, and if you remember back, the fair started with the Ruatan clubs. We've got 11 Ruatan clubs that are involved in that puts on the fair, and we've got a couple out of Hamilton County in that area. So that's when we named it the Foothills Country Fair. We wanted to try to take the whole region in, not just Bradley County per se. And we get mixed up all the time. People won't call it Foothills County Fair. So, but it's really grown, and we're really excited.
And a great venue. The Tri-State Exhibition Center is just perfect for what you're doing. I was out there Saturday morning, you may have heard me mention earlier, for the Kiwanis Dog Show.
Yes.
And wow, what a great venue. Of course, I've been out there many times, but not for the dog show. But it's so adaptable, isn't it? And it's just a great place to have something like a country fair.
Yes, it is. And many people come in here, you know, that's never been here. And I tell people all the time, if you go around Bradley County, it's Tri-State Exhibition Center is probably the best kept secret in Bradley County. There's a lot of people will, you know, where you having Tri-State Exhibition? Well, now where is that? But hopefully people will learn. And it is a great venue down there. It's a great venue for, you know, what it was built for was originally kind of horse shows, but it can be expandable into a lot of different venues.
Yeah, and of course we have a lot of horse shows throughout the year, as you know. What about, will there be special music? You have special guests, music entertainment coming in, carnival rides, anything like that?
You want to take that, huh?
Okay, we don't have carnival this year, but we do have bouncies for kids.
Okay.
And of course, before, when anyone came, then the carnival was an additional cost to them, but the bouncies will not be. So it's a $5 admission, and that includes about everything except fair food.
Yeah.
Once they get in.
And fair food is always so good.
It's always wonderful.
It's just
so
really
they can spend their money that way.
Yeah.
But we will have bouncies for the children. About 10, I think, that we're going to have.
Now, I know some years you've had entertainment, bands, music.
We have a lot of entertainment this year, and one of the big nights will be Saturday night with James Rogers.
Oh.
And he's going to do kind of a special tribute that night, I think, for the tornado responders around here. So we're looking forward to James Rogers. Friday night, the highlight of the evening will be the Collins Brothers. Friday's kind of country night, we're calling it.
Yeah.
And
Collins Brothers were singing along with a couple other bands, I think Dexter Thomas Band, and they were at something close to your heart, Louis, and that's the Veterans Home.
Yes.
They were doing a fundraiser out at the Boogie Barn. Saturday night, and I got in I admit, off the water too late. I was playing on the water. I got in too late and I couldn't go. But I intended to, because it's not that far from my house. I live out in that area where the Boogie Barn is, and I intended to go. But the Collins Brothers, great band.
Yes.
Great local following.
We're calling that Friday night SmackDown Country Night. We're having SmackDown because we're having pro wrestling.
Oh!
Before the Collins Brothers, so we're having SmackDown with the pro wrestlers, and then right after that we'll convert right over into country and Western country music, and so that's why we're calling it SmackDown Friday night.
Professional wrestling and country music. There's nothing more country fair than that. Some people might call that redneck, but we won't do that. But, that's going to be fun. Collins Brothers have a great following. They'll have a good crowd that night.
They will, hopefully so.
What other bands are you having in?
Those are the only bands, I think. We do have some Pavilion, which is our smaller stage. We do have quite a bit of talent coming in for that also.
Yeah. Now, what about local churches, civic clubs? Is there an opportunity for them to get involved?
That's, I think, Dan, we talked about that. We're trying to save as much money for Bradley Countyans and the surrounding people. Again, it's $5 to get in the gate.
Yeah,
that's it. $5 plus your food.
Great
if you buy a lot of food.
Or a pen for $10.
Or you can buy the pen for $10, which will get you in all 4 days. And that's the best buy. It's actually $2.50 a day. And you can come in and of course, you got all your pageants on Thursdays, and on Friday we have the wrestling and the Collins Brothers. Saturday we've got our demolition derby, along with James Rogers. And
now, will the derby be in the pavilion?
No, it's up on the hill by the exhibit hall.
Okay, gotcha.
We have an area up there that we have marked out where we. Thanks to Santex and all their good people that they've leveled that backside off up there, and we have a nice area up there for a demolition derby, and you can bang up a few cars. If the only bad thing about demolition derbies is not a set group of club or anything that you can guarantee. Hopefully we'll have 7, 8, 10, 15 cars, but you just never know.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's always a big crowd pleaser. We have more people for it than probably any of our events.
I'd say you would. Something about seeing cars banging up. I don't know what it is about that, but I remember as a kid we used to go to those, and it was just always, I don't know, we just like to see cars crash.
Yeah, they get after each other pretty good, as you know. But that's a few of our bigger events, and of course Sunday I'll let Nancy talk about the dog races and things.
Oh, you have a dog race.
We're going to have some dog races, primarily dachshunds or chihuahuas, and a dog show that Powell's always does.
Yeah.
We're also having a sheep show on Sunday at noon. We have a lady that's coming from Greenback, Tennessee, bringing in her sheep, and I understand they travel in an air-conditioned their own special trailer. They're tuna sheep, which are kind of unusual.
Yeah.
And so we're looking forward to the sheep show. That'll be a first. We have a horse show, 4-H horse show. The 4-H people will be there demonstrating all day Saturday, and a beef show on Saturday morning. Yeah. And so we have a lot of animals, as Louis was saying. A lot of chicken show. Be there all week. We do have that too.
Wow. Well, it's going to be fun. We have to leave. We're running out of time. But before we do, I want to get all the information again, basic information coming up on the weekend of the 15th.
Yes.
Does it start on the 15th?
15th through the 18th. 15th
through the 18th. Foothills Country Fair at Tri-State Exhibition Center. If they want more information about it, how do they find out?
Well, one point I did miss before we run out of time is that commercial businesses, anybody that has a home-based business or any kind of business actually can set up this year, and I was talking to the bicycle people before they left, they can come this year at Foothills Country Fair and get a free booth. A 10 by 10 slot, absolutely free. The only people we're charging for booth space this year is actually people that's going to be doing concessions. So any business in this town can set up a 10 by 10 or come by and set up 10 by 10 free. And I think that's just, we're trying to help the economy or trying to keep it as reasonable as we possibly can, and I think that's a great point to make.
Yes, it is.
People, and they can go on our website. It's foothillscountryfair.web. And make sure you put the webs in there, .com.
Okay.
And we've got all the applications. You can download the barbecue, any pageants or any application is on that website.
All right, very good. Well, we're out of time. Thanks for watching us today. Thanks to Louie and Nancy for being here and telling us about the Foothills Country Fair. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day.